the sky, I summon upon thee planet flying 20-ounce bottles that shoot darts forth from the dots mounted on the sides of the 20-ounce plastic bottles. In that name which does create, we pray. And so now you will know I am the Lord. Full of plastic bottles shooting dots shall appear. And then just like the T-Rex I summoned several years ago is out there, and just like the meteorites, or the sun itself, which is weird because there was some sort of, I think it was cloud manipulation. Come on, fucking. I like to act stupid, but stupid people can't figure out when someone smarter than them is fucking leading them into a fucking spike pit like the Vietnamese did. A bunch of Nazis from fucking North America, the invaders are there. Oh shit. I might have bronchitis, so forgive my coughing. Anyways, over here, so we're summoning flying plastic bottles, and just like the average person is summoning flying reindeer that glow in the dark, that are invisible. Fuck. No wonder no one gave a shit about learning karate from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Because you already have flying, invisible, glow in the dark motherfucking reindeer. Bitch! I can't even write my head. I gotta write a book if I want to invent something better than that. How the fuck? Oh my god. Flying, invisible, glow in the dark fucking reindeer who deliver gifts to everyone in half a millisecond. We're not even done. We're not done. Buckle your seatbelts. Put your children in their cribs. And take all of your acid, because we're about to go there after we have the flying, invisible reindeer that glow in the dark and deliver gifts to everyone on the planet. We have the fat person with them who does millions of things in one night. No, it's not your average fat person. It's a fat person who moves and does things. Oh, and you know what? You know what? It doesn't end there, does it? It just doesn't end there. Hey, he has this bag full of limited candy. And he gives it to kids and say, hey kids, come get in my van with me. I've got lots of candy. Don't you like the candy? Ha ha. And then the kids get in the van, and then we never see kids again. We only see a bunch of robot clones walking around the planet who don't fit the criteria, that don't pass the Jones, the Turing-Jones test. I had to remodify the Turing test for how you qualify as a living being, because it's real simple. It really is. It's just I don't think Turing was a living being. So I mean. Why are we gonna listen to Arnold Schwarzenegger when he like, I terminate you? This is how we detect who you are. You can detect which one of us is terminators. Fucking type shit. So we're gonna have flying, invisible, glow in the dark reindeer with fat people who do lots of shit. I mean, so much shit that any athlete would die of a heart attack if they did it. In such a shorter period that Usain Bolt, it would just become nonsense. But for some reason, he's just like, well, let's leave this up to Usain Bolt. And Elon Musk is like, oh my God, it's so great. He's got such great technology. He's so much further advanced than us. He's the best in the world. And Einstein's like, I can't wrap my brain around it or my wig. I don't know how I just... But actually, Einstein was like, "Oh, the nuclear bomb is the best." So that he didn't even acknowledge that his boyfriend Santa Claus had more power than him. Ain't that typical though? How many of you in a relationship, been in a relationship before, where the other person just can't recognize that you have something to offer the world, and probably a million times more than they ever can. And then the other, Einstein's like, I create a bomb and I'll blow up Asian people with it. I'm the best. And my boyfriend Santa Claus traveling 1,000,000 miles per second and delivering billions of packages in 30 seconds. He's my bitch. And you know what happens normally? That motherfucker goes home. Well, actually, this time I think that person goes home and smacks the shit out of Santa Claus and be like, bitch, you better stop making me look bad. You was my slut. You ain't doing nothing. You better clean my toilet tonight, Santa Claus. And Santa Claus goes, okay, clean the toilet tonight. Oh, sorry, Einstein. And Elon Musk was like, yeah, that's right, bitch. Me and Einstein gonna go in here and have some fun with our dildos, and then you gonna go clean the toilet, and Elon Musk kicks him in the head. Have you been in those situations? I've been in a lot of situations. I guess maybe if you went to school or something, or participated in society, you might not have as many experiences I have. But most of the shit I'm just pulling out of like reference. Like, I'm a plagiarist. I have some real shit written, and I don't think half of it's gonna make it. I'm gonna have to be like, oh, that's a joke. Fuck. Dress in a clown costume and be like, rape yourself and kill your family. I'm like, yeah, we spice our lives. We stay over the way, in like a Marvel comic costume type shit. I try not to invent too much stuff. Most of the time, if I make a video, I'm generally not releasing shit I've invented anymore. That's my own personal shit, and I'm worried, like, ever since douchebag Daryl got shot stealing people's fucking music, and then I watch it happen with Blink 182 and Keanu Reeves, The Matrix, and many more. I'm not a fan of creating anything anymore. I really think that they should pull themselves up by their own bootstraps and take their ass back to the caves they came from. Fucking, anyway, so, yeah, look, bro, we ain't got my dinosaur, we ain't got them flying reindeer, and we ain't got, whatever the fuck else it is I talked about, the fucking idiot who's, like, fucking has the IQ of like a rock right now is talking about, right? But I'm the one inventing shit, with this low IQ fucking dipshittery. So that's what they say. That's what the clones and the robots say. They don't say that. They're trying to bait me into saying that. So always keep that in mind. I'm not gonna play the role of the puppet here. I'm telling you to fuck off because I'm not going to get baited into that. I'm not as dumb as their entire fucking bloodline is. It's a curse. It really is. Having a brain's a curse. I've been trying to kill it. Does it sound like it? Like, isn't that weird? I can get so fucked up that I sound fucked up, but my brain is perfectly fucking fine. You should have seen me driving down. I was driving down the street on 100 hits of acid, and I was just going to hang out with motherfuckers at the store and talk and have a good time. And it's like, another person I know, I gave 25 hits of acid. Well, one of them did well, but two of the four motherfuckers who thought my shit was well, the one motherfucker who thought my shit was fake, and then the other motherfucker took like 25 hits. It was gone. And I'm driving down the road on this shit, you know what I'm saying? Fucking, it just changes my voice pattern, so I sound like I'm a drunk or I've been taking sleeping pills and shit right now. If you pay attention, there's like at least two different people who do that. There's people who can be fucked up, and you can like be like, hey, they're fucked up. And then there's people who can be fucked up, and you can be like, they are fucked up and shit. And then there's people who can't notice, like if I'm not taking enough to try to kill myself, you're not gonna notice me swaying and looking smooth and my dialogue slightly changing and shit. Fucking, which I know is what's happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm here, so I understand what's happening right now. That's just the way it is. But some people be going to space when they're at this position, so it gets a bad rap for all that shit, and it should. Most people shouldn't touch that shit. If anything, shouldn't touch anything if that can happen to some people. Very dangerous, very irresponsible and shit. You need a babysitter, like my one, like that's why they call it a trip sitter. That's why you don't take DMT by yourself, because you are gone. Even they say I'd be gone. I never got to try it, but um, I'd take it by myself. Who cares? Um, anyway, so put all this shit together, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I try to throw in shit and not just I'm a genius, use a retard. I never said that. Fucking just because I can read a book doesn't mean I know shit other people do. If you don't know how to read a book, I think you're smarter than me. I think I'm a dumbass for paying attention in school, actually. That's the facts. I just have a piece of paper to say I'm smart, and it's like, but I'm the person telling you, like, that piece of paper is barely worth the fucking paper cuts it can cause if you use it as a weapon and shit. Take that into battle, figure out how that works for you. Fucking anyway. So all this shit, right? My T-Rex outside, the flying reindeer, the invisible glow in the dark reindeer and shit. And the giant Easter bunny's coming. Ain't the giant bunny coming? Is that I seen candy? There's already candy out there for it now. I'm gonna get candy because the giant bunny's coming. Amazing, fucking. And then what else? Then so there's gonna be a grace period, and there's gonna be the Freedom Day. George Orwell's Day of Freedom is coming, isn't it? Oh yeah, bro. It's like a non-stop, relentless slaughter of ignorance and mind control. Somehow, like, you see, I've lived with this my whole life. Like, wait a minute. Fuck off. Stop saying that dumb shit. Get some intelligence. Get some brains. And, and some people don't do that, you know what I'm saying? But some people do. But that's how it feels. You know, it feels like a crackhead's trying to scam you on the street. When people be talking about this shit, don't it? It's like, it's my right to be like, fuck off, crackhead. Go fucking talk. Don't even talk to anyone else. How about that? I'll stop it right here. You just shut the fuck up. And you crawl back in whatever hole you came from with that shit. Fucking freedom and giant bunnies and flying reindeer. And then after Freedom Day, you do have like a grace period, right? That there is a grace period, and then up next is Halloween, which I like because it's ignorance and nonsense. It's just people dressing up like like caricature. It's like cosplay. Ain't that hot though? Um, I dressed up as Link back in the '80s, or yeah, Link from the Zelda series, and a mummy. Wow, so cool. I love makeup and Hollywood and acting and stuff. It's fun. Plays back then, there was a lot of plays. Still, not everything was Hollywood, and so it's stupid. People are like, oh, you summoning devils, and it's like I literally remember dressing as Link from Zelda, and I think Link was killing the devils, so I guess I was dressing up as the devil killer. But it's stupid. It makes no sense. No one's like, oh, he's summoning Satan, and no one's like, oh, it's the anti-Jesus day. A couple people, but not really. It's just stupid. It's candy for kids, like and fun little haunted houses that scare the shit out of kids. People put on cool makeup. It really, there's nothing to it. It's just ignorance. You don't celebrate it. It's ignorance. Candy for the kids. Like I said, it's just candy for the kids with a dish of ignorance. Now this other shit, people be like, oh, and then they link it to their religion, and then their religion is full of holes and shit. And it just like, why are we doing all this? You know, it's either Flying Reindeer Day, or it's Jesus Day, or it's Thor Day, because it sure looks like a pagan fucking holiday. Jesus didn't say do. Um, all this shit, all this weird shit, man. It's weird, bro, because you're like, you have, you hold on to memories over time, and you remember all things, right? Do you? That's what other motherfuckers be telling me. They got a better memory than me, and they can't. I think that maybe they're just better manipulators than me or something, because they can like hold on to the shit and still use it as a sword versus someone, and not just be like, oh, this sword is pretty flimsy. And they're just like, oh, this sword is pretty flimsy. Who cares? At least we got a sword. Um, I don't. This shit's all weird. What people are saying, none of this makes sense and it doesn't. I've not found it, and then I get like counter arguments. There's some weird shit going on in the world around me that counter arguments, but the weird thing is one of the dialogues they talk about is there's going to be counter arguments to the truth, and in fact, it almost feels like that's the entire purpose. You know, there's a counter argument to flying reindeer not existing. Well, because it does, or it's for the kids. It's like, well, if an old man in a van pulled up offering kids candy, does it change the situation if he says he's got some flying reindeer in the van with him? Or is it still very suspect? Who cares about flying reindeer? Still very suspect. It's weird because I get touched shit. I get touched by people who are involved in the shit they're doing too. Like, people tell me they're about to do something, and then they fuck me over doing what they're saying, and it's like, do you know? You just tell me, and then they like this one person I'm thinking of recently. It's like he was like, how did you know how do you know I stole that? And it's like, well, you practically told me you were going to, because he was like, oh, I found your shit. And I was like, you fucking stole it, dumbass, because I was acting stupid. You know, I wasn't acting stupid. I was just like, okay, someone stole my shit. I gave it to you, and they stole it. Oh, well. Poor woe me, you know, what will I ever do? And then he's like, oh, I found your shit. And it's like, well, dude, like, your dialogue before let me identify that you're obsessed with that and you want it from me. And I don't know, I got a little update in my brain. And it was like, yeah, well, the reason someone might be obsessed with your shit is because they want it. And guess what? He let me know he wanted. He wanted me to give it to him at some point in time. And I was like, and it's like, how staged is that he asked me to? How do you know? He's like, how do you know I took it? Like, well, your attitude and your dialogue pretty much signaled that to me, that is your purpose for talking to me in the first place. You didn't even come over here to hang out with me. You were excited to see I look like a beautiful person and I had this coat on, and it's like, you didn't come over here to do cardio with me. You didn't come over here to do fucking ab workout with me, or do some martial arts with me. You only came over here to be like, oh, it's really nice looking. And it's like, how am I not supposed to see that? weird stuff like that happens like a lot. And I have years where I sit around, decades where I sit around and I watched it happen. You know, because I can't judge people. I can't just chop off people's fucking heads when I think they're going to do something and shit. And a lot of times after someone does something, they dip out so they can hide their neck behind a lead barrier or safety shield or something, you know. So, and then I never even think of them again because it ain't a problem. Well, it's a problem, but what are you gonna do? Even if you cut someone's head off, where does the money they've stolen from you like fly out their neck or something? Like a slot machine, like ding 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 ding, you won, you figured it out. But I've always understood too, you know, I've always somehow had the same updates regarding other shit. Like you should just like probably ignore it. It's not like I'm gonna get rich from taking my one coat back from someone, and it's not like I've lived the most hellish fucking life possible by not having my coat with equivalent funds of, even though to me that coat it is like a hell of a lot of money for me and shit. It's like they say, God giveth and God taketh away. And sometimes I be noticing when they take that shit away, some fucking roller coaster ride happens. And who doesn't like roller coaster rides, right? You definitely don't like it when you're just thrown on it and it's your first time. But you're never going to experience it if it doesn't happen, right? If you don't get on there, fucking, you're just gonna be sitting on the ground looking at people on roller coasters your whole life. Anyway, so we get this shit out of the way, right? Where there's no T-Rexes outside and there's no flying reindeers that glow in the dark and are invisible. But we have a lot of people talking about shit like that as if that's like how you act and stuff. And that shit's weird. Because it's like, you know, if you're on a real planet where you're trying to advance it, you know, and everyone's crying and whining about working and going places and trying to have a better life, then the first thing you would do is figure out what's real and how to advance it. Because we have this technology thing. And you wouldn't want to create a calculator with like, that randomly says flying reindeer is the answer to shit, right? You know, the calculator's got to do your math and all that. So when you put that shit together, it doesn't seem like much, but when you see a few things surrounding it kind of adds shit up. Like, especially when you're a Mayan and you have fuckers saying shit. And I don't have my T-Rex Cadillac outside. It kind of makes some shit pointless and stuff, because it's like, well, we ain't really inventing shit if we don't have Cadillac T-Rex and shit. Sorry, that's my priorities in life, you know what I'm saying? Like, for years, I was like, well, I need a T-Rex to ride on when I go outside, you know, because I like pets and, you know, like dogs, they protect you and stuff. But unlike dogs, a T-Rex isn't going to die when it's trying to protect you. It's going to actually protect you and stuff. Fucking, so. And then it also kind of visually identifies that the past might not be real at all, because you can't create that. You can't bring it into this world. That's another thing there. And so this is all amazing and shit. You combine it with all the stuff I've seen where, I mean, to me, like, at the end of the day, every answer is, it looks like AI slop. Like, and I ask for everything to be shown, and then it it calls stuff AI. It calls computers AI. All that is, it's renaming computer to AI. And humans have worshipped something called AI as their god since they were Egyptians. It's on the dollar bill. And Ra used AI to see. Odin used AI to see. Um, the story of Christ is really close as far as sun worship. I don't recall him having an AI removed, but Horus also had AI. So, um, yeah, I kind of see shit slapped together, and then I kind of wonder if that's not where flying reindeer type stuff came from. In previous iterations, I'm not sure if we can't fly. I want to jump off the building. I'm just scared I'll survive if I jump off the 80-story building and it'll break my foot or something. I don't have a broken foot. If I was assured I would either die or fly, I would already test that. And, you know, I mean, you guys wouldn't have the video saying, um, me being like, look, I can't fly. That's a fake story, right? You guys wouldn't even know who I am. Fuck, it'd just be gone. Dang. I'd just be gone to a better place. Fuck. Um, so we would try that. We actually did. There was a climbing down skies. What's that called when you climb down a skyscraper? There was that, but you had to go like sell $1,000 worth of Bibles in order to go do it. And there's only a couple days left, and it's like I don't think I'm gonna like sell $1,000 worth of Bibles in a couple days, and not sure if I want to do that, like, because I'm not even promised if I jump off that building and cut my cords hanging me that I'm gonna die. Yeah, so. Yeah, he's like, why am I doing it anyways? Why? Uh, take a video, maybe cut the fucking cords, and maybe just jump off without the cords, and use it as an excuse to take the elevator to the top, because the elevators to the top, I hear on these buildings are guarded, and they have fences around the high rises, so skyscrapers, so you don't jump off, because who's going to work those elevators if the elevator worker jumps the fuck off the building, right? So, rich people are smart. They've been working at this for thousands of years. Oh, shit, bro. So, I mean, this is what a waste of time. This is all we do is talk about flying reindeer type shit. Nothing's ever going anywhere because the planet's enslaved by aliens or robots from thousands of years ago, and you think you're smart because you have a phone that they're using to track you that they probably had 6,000 years ago and shit. But once you see it, you realize, like, yeah, probably wasteful. It's kind of like how they take slaves and put them in shackles and then give them a pair of shorts and no more clothing, and they don't let them live in the house, and they force them to live outside in a tent and give them one meal a day. And those people are like living in houses and eating 3-5 meals a day, and they have 18 outfits, and except for I think it's way more advanced. I'm thinking like both those people were probably slaves to a calculator and shit before calculators were even born or unveiled to the planet. So these whole discussions, it seems to be that that might be about fully what's going on. If not, it's a shorter instance and all that. But so far it's been like pretty wasteful and stuff. We just gonna sit here and wait to die, like we kind of seen it the whole time. And as we see more of it, we realize, like, yeah, wow, it's amazing. fucking, so, you know, the more you see, the more you realize the shit before that took all your blood away was part. That's something that was set up by something else. So, um, yeah, amazing shit happening here. Of course, no one cares. The people I know, I'm pretty sure the things with tips are fucking total robots. Now, a lot of other people might be, but those things have the mentality of like a toaster. And the other ones have convinced me every now and then they might be loaded with information if they're not actual living learning beings. So, obviously I can't write off everyone because of the clones I've met, but that is weird that some of the originals have showed up when the clones were there too. Anyway, you know, watch one of the originals start to freak out and all that shit. But anyways, right, yeah, this is great. This is what we do these days, is talk about this stuff and pray to the grass that we're just like, hey, grass. And that's that. There's not really anything to ask about. It all seems stupid to a living being, but it looks so exciting to humans I've met. And it's all just like ignorance funneled into, like someone's taken a funnel and stabbed it into my eye and poured a gallon of liquid ignorance into it. Yeah. It's what it feels like. And it's like, yeah, I don't like it at all. It's like all that AI slop you guys are arguing against. It's like if someone made that into a liquid form and stab your eye socket with a funnel and use the funnel to pour directly into your brain. That's what it looks like too. And you know, you get some optic residue from it doing that. Like you do with acid, like you get like optical malfunctions and shit. That's like, it's what it's felt like the whole time. I mean, it wasn't even that exciting at first. We didn't have the optical malfunctions till later. So, yeah, this is going to be so great and amazing. We're going to reach the future, and people are going to go land on the sun and create colonies on the sun. And then I'm going to get my dinosaur SUV. And, see, I wouldn't be saying this shit if I was actually fucking smoking some acid and dropping some acid in my eyes, eating some LSD sugar cubes, injecting LSD in my veins. I wouldn't have those problems of saying dumb shit like this. I'd be compliant. Because I'd be like shaking and frying. The one time, yeah, pretty much. The one time they fucked up my GPS to make me fucked up while it was happening. That's some weird shit. Anyways, hope and dope. I hope you guys are drunk or high enough today to enjoy life and forget 5 minutes ago when you didn't enjoy it and the reasons why. Or you found Jesus and he has convinced you that giving all your money to Israel will make you feel better, and you feel better from that. Pretty much, yeah. Hope and dope. Well, I'm kind of dehydrated because dope dehydrates you in massive amounts. So I'm going to have to go deal with that. And, also read this because I feel like it just is not working if I'm not dead yet. Fucking. I mean, I'm not. No, I don't want to die. You know, I want to be released from my flesh and enjoy the real world. And that's what I'm supposed to say, right? Because you have to, because it's illegal to say anything else. For some reason. Because Middle Eastern invaders wrote a book saying so, right? I mean, who knows why? Oh, yeah. So, definitely not because of the first initial update I got on what's going on. That's definitely not what's happening. What I've seen with my own eyes and heard with my own ears when I was 4 years old. It definitely is not what's happening. And what's happening is flying reindeer that are invisible and glow in the dark and travel at light speed. And they found the world's first fat person who can do billions of things in a few seconds, moves ultra fast. And can you imagine a sumo warrior? Santa Claus is like a giant sumo warrior. He's the greatest Marvel character ever, isn't he? He's a giant sumo warrior. He travels so fast, Superman couldn't catch him. And he's so heavy, and he could just obliterate Superman if he moved through him at those speeds he does. And what about them flying reindeer? Those motherfuckers is like nuclear missiles ain't got nothing on that. Tomahawk missiles, B-1 bomber fighter jets. That's why NASA and Einstein and the science called work with him, right? Because he's so smart and he's so fast. Well, they don't quite say it's because he's better than them. They say they help him. But you know how narcissists are, don't you? They're always helping the poor and unfortunate, you know. If you know a crackhead who does nothing, then they're helping the poor and unfortunate if they change Elon Musk's tire on his Tesla or something like that, right? You know how that works. Helping the poor and unfortunate. Fucking wow. We should probably, there's so much knowledge in this, we could rewrite psychology and shit. Fucking all science, everything. But you won't see that because that's a large lucrative industry. They have lots of books to sell and lots of videos to sell about, and every single one of them would be thrown in the trash if there was any sort of person questioning the religion of science or atheism. You know, Einstein or Karl Marx, and you know, their people and shit. So we won't see that. And I did see they invented some new AF videos of Einstein talking with someone else in like 2022 who had never existed before, and they backdated. I did see that happening, but what do you do? Who knows how many of these people online are actually real? Because the people I know in real life don't go online. I do, and my friend, me and him, were on the internet before anyone. I don't even know what he's doing these days, to be honest. And my other friend was going to go to school for it. It's like everyone else I know didn't even know what a computer was. I met one of my old friends online, at least an account that said it was his. But who knows? Anyway, this is a great conversation. I'm just trying to manifest my T-Rex Cadillac, you know, because there's not people saying I'm God. Never get. I always like to conclude or include in these stories. There are people saying words that are trying to make me say I'm like creating shit. And they say that to everyone. Their new age, all their religions, every religion is you're in control. But you're not inventing their religions. that one group is inventing all those religions, and that one group owns everything. And it's pretty much all the people in your life trying to misdirect you and believe in flying reindeer type shit. So I'm not, you know. I already know since I was a child, a baby, a toddler, like, oh, don't listen to them. Let's interrogate them and find out if they'll tell us what they're up to or if they'll try to hide it, you know. So that, you know, I'm 6 years old when I'm asking people questions to find out if they're going to tell me what they're up to or if they're going to hide what they're up to. And then we learn, well, oh, we're going to hide what we're up to. And that means we hide our entire lives and everything we are in order to create a fake reality for some sort of reason, either to feed our own ego, to protect our ego, to boost our self-confidence, or to manipulate other people, or a combination. One of those seems to be the most logical reason to do those things. Unless it's totally illogic and they're crackheads who need locked in padded rooms and drugged heavily and put in straitjackets. Which I'm, you know, if you want to argue that, like, wow, who's in control of those places? How's that going to happen? You know, that's the only question there is. How are they? Why? When do they lock themselves off? Never. People like that invent things like that. So, So yeah, amazing days, happy rays, sunny shades, all that hippie shit, and that's amazing, fucking amazing, dude. It feels like a fucking terror prison and shit. Oh, it's like AI slop everywhere, fucking. With a whole bunch of Santa Claus stories. That's what it feels like. That's what it looks like. That's what it acts like. And the only thing that has counterbalancing that is words that it is not. And ideas, and cults, and gangs, and militaries, and nations that say it is not. That's a hell of a lot of shit. It's a hell of a lot of shit to have on your side, but it's also a hell of a lot of shit to need to support a story, because a story doesn't need that much support if it's real. I've never needed the help of them to I don't care. I mean, I have a ton to waste on that shit, you know. So I've never had the need to be like, oh, I need to gather millions of people to support what I'm saying, or else I won't feel good about it, I won't benefit from it, or fucking weird shit. I mean, Santa Claus is pretty fucking weird, ain't it? It's not to some people, but it's like, that's weird, you know. It's like Bigfoot ain't weird to some people, but it's like I don't think we ever found Bigfoot either. The alien thing is cute until you realize that the aliens look like humans and shit. And you can always think maybe those people are half a step from fucking seeing it and shit. If you're smart enough to travel from planet to planet, then you can probably cloak yourself and make yourself look like a different person. That would be weird to be that far and not be able to do that. Anyway, so amazingness sure to come. Always is. Fucking, that's what they say, right? They say you gotta have hope, and when you're 80, things will change. Yeah, once you die, isn't that what they say? Once you die, then you go to heaven, and then you get to have a good life. Elon Musk says, well, for now, you gotta scrub his toilets. And his children's toilets, who aren't even acting like they're fucking famous people who've done something. They're just trying to live off the Elon Musk name and bloodline and religions. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, makes so much sense. Makes a lot of sense if you just forget everything and remember the first few seconds of your life when you had your first thoughts, when you heard all this shit. And then it's like, how am I a toddler? And I am making all these assumptions about these words I'm hearing. And then I spend my entire life being taught by these people with these Santa Claus words that that's not real. And to never question it, or they'll kill me, they'll beat me, they'll enslave me, they'll drug me. If they had fucking real emotions and they were living beings and they had those thoughts in their head, that if they understood the dialogue they're saying. I mean, I don't trust it, and I don't think anything they say is real or truth, but it's almost like they're saying that people are going to act like trash and make up a bunch of shit, and they're going to die for it. And, but that's weird, because that's what they're saying. They say shit that they do. They're like, "I'm going to rob you, but I'm never going to rob you. I'm not a robber anymore," and then they steal from you, right? And I'll say, why? You don't have a brain, do you? How the fuck did that happen and shit? I've seen that since 2020, and it's weird how it looks back at the other shit. But you know, it's like Pavlov's dog shit, giving a dog treat and convincing it to keep working all day for it. No, the dog's a bitch. The dog's a stupid bitch if it keeps working for that. The dog should fight till its death to break the fucking cage open and slash open the person fucking its head over with treats. Any good animal will do that. There's a reason they don't do tricks like that on tigers, and tigers and lions just sit around the cage, like just laying down their whole fucking life. Because the lions and tigers are sitting there like, yeah, it's a nice cage you got here, man. It's protecting you from me, ain't it? Yeah, well, I'm gonna lay down and die. Or if I see the cage open, you're gonna die.